Chapter 14. Ghost in the Signal. Quantum Vista City, Kenta Tower, Broadcast Relay Chamber. Smoke choked the air, curling around the wreckage of the relay tower like spectral fingers. Dell's mech slumped against a support beam, sparks spitting from its joints. Blood traced a line down her cheek. Inside the cockpit, her breaths came in ragged, shuddering gasps. "ANA," Dell rasped. "Come in." The comms crackled. "I'm here," ANA's voice came through, weak but alive. Her mech lay sprawled on its back, systems caught in a reboot cycle. Dell exhaled in relief. "You did it. The signal's down." "No," ANA said, forcing herself to sit up. Her eyes narrowed, fixed on something beyond Dell's line of sight. "Not yet." Before Dell could respond, the screens embedded in the chamber walls flickered to life. Blood-red light spilled across the room, painting the walls in violent strokes. Riven Shun's face appeared on every screen, his expression eerily calm. The glow of his eyes was predatory. "You think you've won?" he said, voice smooth as glass. "You're only scratching the surface." Dell's jaw clenched. He's still connected. How? ANA's gaze sharpened. "He's not just connected," she said, voice hardening. "He's the source." Kenta Tower, Broadcast Control Room. The floor trembled. A section of the wall slid open, revealing a sleek, black containment pod that vented steam as it rose. The pod's front split apart, releasing a wash of crimson mist. Riven stepped forward, his body a flawless blend of muscle and metal. His bronze-toned skin gleamed like polished steel, and his eyes glowed with unsettling intensity. Dell's mech rose, the damaged leg stabilizing. "You're a human 2.0, she said, eyes narrowing. Riven smiled, every feature too perfect, too symmetrical. "Always have been," he said, running a hand down his jawline. The iconic line. Faces built to cell control. Relay chamber. Combat mode. Drones poured in, weapons blazing. Dell's mech staggered back, blocking plasma rounds with its forearm. ANA's mech struggled to rise, joints spasming. "He's too fast," Dell shouted, eyes darting to Riven. He moved with inhuman precision, each step calculated, each strike a surgical cut. ANA's gaze locked onto the implant beneath Riven's skin. "The tap," she said, voice tight. "It's feeding him data. Predictive algorithms. He's reading us like a script." "So how do we shut him down?" Dell shouted. ANA's jaw clenched. "We sever his link." Broadcast node. Neural interface. Riven advanced, the green light in his eyes blazing. "You think you can stop me?" ANA focused, forcing herself to her feet, sending a high-frequency data burst. A backdoor code, a Trojan piggybacking on his own signal. In an instant, she was inside his network. Neural interface. Riven's mindscape. Data cascaded around her like green rain. Riven stood at the center, absorbing streams of data like a digital god. "This is my domain," Riven said, voice echoing through the void. "You shouldn't be here." ANA's eyes narrowed. "It ends here." Data blades materialized in her hands, crackling with emerald light. Riven lunged, his own blades slicing through the ether. The clash echoed like thunder, shockwaves rippling through the mindscape. ANA gritted her teeth. Riven was faster, stronger, a living conduit for the TAP network. "You're not just a man," ANA said, dodging a strike. "You're a transmitter." Riven grinned, a predator's smile. "And you can't sever the signal." ANA ducked beneath a blow, then twisted, driving the data blade straight into Riven's temple implant. White light erupted, consuming everything. Relay chamber. Reality. ANA's mech convulsed, sparks and smoke pouring from its joints. Del scrambled from her own cockpit, rushing to Ana's side. "Anna!" Del shouted, yanking open the hatch. Inside, Ana's eyes fluttered open, her breath hitching. "Did I get him?" Del turned, gaze locking onto Riven's body sprawled across the floor. His eyes stared blankly at the ceiling, the green glow fading to nothing. A beat of silence. The signal was dead. Ana sagged against the cockpit, a tired, grim smile playing at her lips. "It's over." Del's gaze lingered on Riven's lifeless form, the perfect face, the flawless skin, now just an empty shell. "He was the source," Del said, voice hollow. "The signal was him all along." Ana's eyes closed, exhaustion dragging her under. "Yeah," she murmured, voice trailing off. Epilogue. Sisters in the rain. Rain fell softly, a cool mist settling over the rooftop where Del and Ana sat. The city below glowed with fractured neon, the chaos of the tap signal a lingering echo in the air. Del leaned back against a rusted air vent, eyes closed, shoulders slumped in exhaustion. Ana sat beside her, legs stretched out, arms resting on her knees. For once, the city was quiet. Del broke the silence. "You ever think we'd make it out of there?" Ana shook her head, a dry laugh escaping her. "Not really. Kept waiting for the last bullet. Or the last drone." Del opened her eyes, staring up at the rain-soaked sky. "I lost my sister 5 years ago. They said she'd just glitched, that she'd gone rogue. But after what we saw down there..." Ana swallowed, the words heavy between them. Del's jaw tightened. She wasn't gone. She was just trapped. Just like them. Ana reached over, her hand finding Del's and giving it a squeeze. Del turned, eyes glistening. "And I didn't lose you." Ana's throat tightened. The walls she'd built around herself cracked, just a little. She squeezed Del's hand harder, holding on like it was the only thing keeping her grounded. "You saved me," Ana said, voice breaking. "Back there. More than once." Del snorted, wiping her eyes with the back of her hand. "You saved me first. And I wasn't even worth saving." Ana shook her head. "You're wrong. You're my sister now, delegate blood or no blood. We've been through too much to be anything less." Del's lips trembled, and she let out a shaky laugh. "Sisters, huh? I never thought I'd get to have that again." Ana wrapped an arm around Del's shoulders, pulling her close. The rain fell softly around them, washing away the blood, the grime, the pain. For once, the city felt at peace. For once, they weren't alone.